Questions 1 through 10 on the 2014 Grade 12 AMC 12A. What is 10 times 1/2 plus 1/5 plus 1 over 10 to the power of -1? Well, in the fractional part, it will be a common denominator of 10, and on the top you'll have 5 plus 2 plus 1, and we have to take that to the -1 power. So this will be 8 over 10 to the power of -1, and that becomes 10 over 8. So multiplying through, we get 100 over 8, and that is 25 over 2. So number 1, the answer is C. At the theater, children get in for half price. The price for 5 adult tickets and 4 child tickets is $24.50. How much would 8 adult tickets and 6 child tickets cost? Let P be the price of a ticket. So the first part tells me that 5P plus 4 times P over 2 is equal to $24.50. So that means that 5P plus 2P is $24.50, and therefore 7P is $24.50. And that means that P is equal to $3.50. The second part asks me to figure out 8 adult tickets and 6 child tickets. Well, that's going to be 8P plus 3P, which is 11P. And since P is equal to $3.50, substitute that in, and you get $38.50. So number 2, the answer is B. Walking down Jane Street, Ralph passes 4 houses in a row, each painted a different color. He passes the orange house before the red house, and he passed the blue house before the yellow house. The blue house was not next to the yellow house. How many orderings of colored houses are possible? O is less than R before R. B is less than or before Y. So if we have 4 houses, let's put Y somewhere first. Now, the blue house is not next to the yellow house, so the blue house cannot go here. But it can go here, so that's one possibility. Another possibility, if the Y house is there, is the blue house can go here. And then let's change the position of the Y house, the yellow house, put it here. The blue house cannot go here, so the only place to put it is here, because it has to be before the yellow house. And these are the only 3 orderings possible. The orange and the red, we can just put them in. Here's O and R, O and R, and O and R. This is the only way of making these orderings based on the question's parameters. And therefore, number 3, the answer is B. Suppose that A cows give B gallons of milk in C days. At this rate, how many gallons of milk will D cows give in E days? Let's make a little table. Let's use some numbers first to explain. Let's say there's 5 cows, and let's say there's 2 days, and over the course of those 2 days, those 5 cows give a total of 10 gallons of milk. Let's say I asked you, how many gallons of milk are produced in just 1 day? Okay, well, you just divide this number by the number of days, which in this case is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So if it's 1 day, it'd be 5 gallons of milk, and there's still 5 cows. What if I asked you, how many gallons of milk are produced by just 1 cow? Well, you just take this and divide by the number of cows. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So 1 cow will produce 1 gallon of milk in 1 day in my example. What I really wanted to illustrate is how did I get that 1? I did it by dividing B initially by C and then by A. So B over C times A is how I got that. How much gallons of milk are produced by 1 cow in 1 day? What they're asking now is how much milk is produced by D cows in E days. So you take this guy, which is the amount of milk produced by 1 cow in 1 day, and multiply it by the number of cows now, which is D, and the number of days, which is E. So all this becomes B, D, E over C, A. And that is choice A for number 4. On an algebra quiz, 10% of the students scored 70 points, 35% scored 80 points, 30% scored 90, and the rest scored 100 points. What is the difference between the mean and the median of the students' scores on this quiz. Let's say there's 100 students. So 10 of those students scored 70, 35 scored 80, 30 scored 90, and the remaining, which is 25, scored 100 points. So the mean is pretty straightforward. You just take an average, right? So 10 times 70 plus 35 times 80 plus 30 times 90 plus 25 times 100. And of course you divide total by the number of students. When you crunch out these numbers, you get 87. Now let's talk about the median. The median is of course the middle value, and since there's 100 students, the middle is going to be the 50th and the 51st student. We have to take an average of those because 100 is an even number. If it was an odd number, then we'd have just one median, one value right in the middle, but it's an even number, so there's two, and we'd take the average. Okay, well, this is 10, this is 35, those are the first 45 students, so the 50th and the 51st student would lie here, and both of those guys, or girls, scored 90, and the average of those two 90s obviously is 90, so the median is 90. So what is the difference of the median and the mean? Well, 90 minus 87, which is 3. So number 5, the answer is C. The difference between a 2-digit number and the number obtained by reversing its digits is 5 times the sum of the digits of either number. What is the sum of the 2-digit number and its reverse? Let's say the 2-digit number is AB, the reverse is obviously BA. And they're saying that when you take the difference, so really it's 10A plus B, right? Because if I write a number like 57, that's really 5 times 10 plus 7. So that's what that first number is. Then we want the difference, so we have to subtract from that BA, which is really 10B plus A. And they're saying that is equivalent to 5 times the sum of the digits of either number, so basically 5 times A plus B. So that is the interpretation of the wording of the question. So let's proceed. This is going to be 10A plus B minus 10B minus A, and that's 5 times A plus B. And this side becomes, let's see here, 9A minus 9B, and that's 5 times A plus B. So 9 times A minus B, and then I'll bring the 5 over like that. So that becomes A plus B. And let's see what happens in the next step here. What is the sum of the 2-digit number and its reverse? Okay, so this time they want you to add them. 10A plus B plus 10B plus A. So that gives me 11A plus 11B. Factor out an 11, and I get A plus B. Okay, well, A plus B, I have an expression there. It's 9 over 5 times A minus B. Now, this whole thing here must be an integer, right? Because it's the sum of two numbers. It's the sum of two-digit numbers. So the sum must be an integer. Now, how do I make this an integer? If I set A minus B equal to 5, that would cancel out this 5 like that. And therefore, we'd be left with an integer value. And that integer value would be 11 times 9. And that is 99. So at number 6, the answer is D. The first 3 terms of a geometric progression are root 3, 3 to the 1/3, and 3 to the 1/6. What is the fourth term? So we have AR squared, and AR to the power of 3. And it's 3 to the half, 3 to the 1/3, and 3 to the 1/6. All right, so let's figure this out. If I take the second term and divide by the first term, right, it always just equals R. So that's a very quick way of figuring out R. So let's do that. R is going to be 3 to the 1/3 minus 3 over 3 to the 1/2. So R is 3 to the 1/3 minus a half, and therefore R is 3 to the negative 1/6. And now I can easily figure out AR cubed. A is right here. So 3 1/2 times R, which is 3 to the 1/6 cubed. that becomes 3 to the 1/2, 3 to the negative 3 over 6. So 3 to the 1/2, 3 to the negative 1/2, and this is going to be 3 to the 1/2 minus 1/2. That's 3 to the 0, which is just 1. And therefore, number 7, the answer is A. A customer who intends to purchase an appliance has 3 coupons, only one of which may be used. Coupon 1, 10% off the listed price if the listed price is at least $50. Coupon 2, $20 off the listed price if the listed price is at least $100. Coupon 3, 18% off the amount by which the listed price exceeds $100. For which of the following listed prices will coupon 1 offer a greater price reduction than either coupon 2 or coupon 3? So let's figure it out for coupon 1, coupon 2, and coupon 3. Well, coupon 2 is the easiest. It's always $20, right? Because all the listed prices are above $100. Now, coupon 1, 10% off. So this is about $180. So it's going to be 0.1 times 180, and that is, of course, $18. This is 200, so 10% of that is 20. This is 220, 10% of that is 22. This is 240 approximately, 10% of that is 24. And this is about 260, 10% of that is 626. Coupon 3 is 18% off the amount by which the price exceeds 100. So how much is that? It's $80 over 100, so we have to take 18% of 80. And when you do, you get 14. This one, it's 18% this time of 100, and that's, of course, 18. This is 18% of 120, and that is 21.6. This is 18% of 140, and that is 25.2. And this is 18% of 160, and that is 28.8. All right, so now we have to figure out for which scenario is coupon 1 the best discount. And it looks like it's this one right here, $22, because it's greater than 20, and it's also greater than $21.60. And that happens for that price right there. So number 8, the answer is C. Five positive consecutive integers starting with A have an average of B. What is the average of 5 consecutive integers that start with B? We have A plus 1, A plus 2, A plus 3, A plus 4. Those are our 5 consecutive integers, and when you take the average, they're saying that is B. So if you add this up, it becomes 5A plus 10, cross multiply equals 5B, divide through by 5, and you get A plus 2 is equal to B. All right. Now they're saying do the same thing, but this time start with B. So B, B plus 1, B plus 2, B plus 3, and so on, B plus 4. And we have to take the average this time, so divide by 5. We have 5B plus 10 over 5, and that is B plus 2. Well, B is equal to A plus 2, so substitute that in, A plus 2, and that is A plus 4. So number 9, the answer is B. 3 congruent isosceles triangles are constructed with their bases on the sides of an equilateral triangle of length 1. The sum of the areas of the 3 isosceles triangles is the same as the area of the equilateral triangle. What is the length of one of the 2 congruent sides of one of the isosceles triangles? Well, let's draw this. So we've got some equilateral triangle, and what they're basically saying is you're going to draw these isosceles triangles on their bases. So for example, something like this. Here's one such triangle, and something like this. Very similarly, they're congruent. They're going to look exactly the same. But then they also tell you something very helpful, that the sum of the areas of the 3 isosceles triangles is the same as the area of the equilateral triangle. What that means is that if you were to fold these guys inside, they would fit perfectly. So if I fold them inside, they would be able to fit perfectly like that. Okay, so now what they're asking for is one of the side lengths. So they want you to find this side length right there. When I folded it inside, it's really this guy. Or any of them. Could be this one or this one. I think I can do that pretty easily. First thing I'm going to do is just draw a line top to bottom like that. Cut that in half, make this a perpendicular, a right angle, and off we go. So now they've told me this is 1, right? That side length. So that means from here to here will be just a half. So that's 30 times 2, 60 degrees. So this is 30 and this is 60. And this is the side length I'm interested in. So I'll just call that x. And here we are for the 100th time a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And you guys are experts by now. So x over a half is the equivalent of 2 over root 3. Because the ratio, the sides of a 30, 60, 90 triangle are always 2, root 3, and 1. Where this is 2, this is root 3, and this is 1, the ratio of the sides. So cross multiply and you get 1 over root 3. And then most likely they're going to want you to rationalize the denominator. And when you do, you get root 3 over 3. So number 10, the answer is B.